Hello and welcome to the kitchen of the Hypnotic Buddhist. I am not a nutritionist, I'm not a cook, I'm not a doctor, but I am a hypnotist, a hypnotherapist, and I always challenge my clients to try new foods. So today it's jackfruit, and this time fresh jackfruit. I preferred in comparison to canned jackfruit because most canned jackfruit has a lot of sugar in it. Fresh jackfruit you can usually find in some Oriental markets. They're already cut up, so you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but if this is all you can get, then I will show you here how to do that. So when I bought this, the lady at the Oriental market told me that it would be ripe in about 2 days because I asked her about that. And so I put this big old fruit in front of my altar, in front of my Gahansan, and I chanted for 2 days. So this was my offering for the last couple of days in front of my altar. And so I did my chant, my prayers a couple of days, and now the fruit is ripe. It gives a little bit, you can see. So that's how you want it, maybe even a touch riper. Another day would have been good, but it's Memorial Day today, and I want to make jackfruit barbecue. So one of the very important things, have some oil ready. If you don't, there's some sticky stuff in between there, some sticky substance. It will stick to your fingers, and when you start rubbing, it will turn into gum. It looks like chewing gum, and it feels like chewing gum, and it's very difficult to get off, so you'll need oil for that. I already cut a little bit here. I cut a circle around the stem. We want to leave that on here to hold on to it. And then I cut spiral wise around the fruit. You need a little bit of muscle because you need to tear on it. You can see here in between, this is the flesh, this yellow stuff, and then this white stuff here, this fibrous stuff. You don't want that. You set that, you throw that away. On the inside there are also seeds. Don't throw the seeds away. They're very nutritious and they're very tasty, kind of like potato. You also cook them like potatoes. You will just boil them for about 20 minutes and add whatever you would add to potatoes, or add nothing to it. They're tasty just the way they are. So a few nutritional facts here first, and as I said, I'm not a doctor, not a nutritionist, so I just searched the internet, and I'd ask you to do the same thing. Do your own research. Don't believe what I'm saying. I'm just a regular person. Yes, I have a little bit of training with weight loss, but I'm definitely not a nutritionist. So jackfruit, here on the seeds are a good source of important nutrients, including resistant starch, protein, thiamine, riboflavin, and antioxidants. Jackfruit seeds have been used in traditional Chinese medicine as an aphrodisiac. Oh wow, that's cool. And treatment for digestive issues, among other applications. Modern research has found that they may have other helpful properties. They're definitely good to eat. They've been eaten for a long time. Then jackfruit. Jackfruit provides 90 calories per 100 grams of edible fruit. It is rich in dietary fiber and provides 4% of the daily value per 100 grams. It provides about 23% of the daily value of vitamin C per 100 grams, and it also contains some amounts of vitamins A and E. And then even more important, jackfruit is rich in pyridoxine, of which it provides 25%. And also contains low to moderate amounts of other B-complex vitamins like riboflavin, niacin, thiamine, and folic acid. And I'm just reading this off of different websites here on the internet. And you can choose which one you trust the most. It is almost free of sodium but contains good levels of potassium, Several minerals like calcium, phosphorus, iron, magnesium, zinc, manganese, and selenium are present in moderate amounts, and a lot of these things you only need in moderate amounts. This is perfect. Also present are some amounts of flavonoids like beta-carotene, lutein, zeaxanthin, and beta-cryptoxanthin. That sounds like something out of Superman here. Anyways, how cool is that fruit? And from my experience, it really is very sweet, like candy. So you can get your sweet fix there, but just as with any sweet foods, don't eat too much of it. So let's cut this thing. Let's put a little bit of oil on your hands here, and here in between you can see the flesh of the fruit and then the fibers in between. So it can be very difficult, especially since I already mentioned my fruit should have probably ripened another day, but since I'm cooking it, it's gonna be fine. So these fibers just don't want to pull out on its own yet, so I have to cut a little bit. Preferably if it's a little softer, you can pull and they just really separate. As you can see here, these are the fibers here in between. So then you have your fruit. Oh, here's a seed. I love those seeds. I really like to eat them just like potatoes. I love potatoes too. Of course, my grandparents had a potato farm and we had to help. So this is jackfruit. That's what it looks like. Here on the inside was the seed. And you can just eat it just like that. Yummy. It's very fibrous. And I'm going to make jackfruit barbecue today. It's kind of like pulled pork barbecue, but I don't like meat. And it's just somewhat of a consistency like that. And so I just cook it really soft and then take forks and kind of shred it, pull it apart. And I pour a bunch of barbecue sauce in there. You don't have to use sweet barbecue sauce because it's already sweet. And just let it simmer for about 2, 3, 4, 10 hours, however long you want, but keep an eye on it. And it is just super tasty. I also, before I start cooking it in a crock pot, I'm lightly browning some onions. Actually an entire big onion. I'll slice it and brown it and add that to the jackfruit with the barbecue sauce. And it is just super tasty. You have to try it, and it's definitely much healthier than pork. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me some thumbs up, share it on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you want.